All right, good afternoon, family. This is Ron G on our afternoon edition on the WSAN Radio. Today we have a powerful and purpose-driven conversation lined up. Joining us is a woman of faith, strength, and vision. Kristina Rhodes, the founder of Glory Rhodes Motherhood. This organization is all about empowering and uplifting women, helping them through what they are, letting them know they are not alone. And she has a sweatshirt to remind us of this. It states, "You are enough." Welcome, Kristina, to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, sir. I'm excited to be here.
I didn't know when I did all this, you was going to have that sweatshirt on. Are you talking about being on the same wavelength? That's pretty good. So we're going to get a little bit before we get to the questions on how we first met. She was at an event that I was at playing music for, and she walked in and out a couple of times, and I thought maybe she worked there. So I went up and I asked her and said, "Hey, what do you do here?" "Oh, I'm a volunteer." And then she listed off the things she was volunteering doing, which piqued my curiosity. So we talked for maybe just not even 30, 40 seconds. So then later on, I went up to her and I said, "What's your name?" I was just bold. And she said what she was doing. And then she started telling me what she was doing with Glory Rhodes Motherhood. I said, "That is interesting." So we talked for a little bit. Then we parted our ways. Then the good Lord said, "You need to go back to her. You need to talk to her." So I went back to her. We exchanged information. I asked her, "I would love to have you on my show." She agreed. She sent me the email. Well, it's my fault. A couple of days later, I finally replied. And so we went from there. Then she sent me a reminder one yesterday. Say, "Hey, you haven't sent me the Zoom link." And I said, "I sure didn't, did I?" And I sent it this morning. I said, "Oh, I hope she'll be able to make it." But that's how it was, because, everybody has a story to tell. And listen to her story. I was so blown away of the things she was doing. And I didn't cut off my phone, and I will right now. They always call when you're doing a show. So we're just going to come up to this first question.
Okay.
Let's start at the beginning. What inspired you to create Glory Rhodes Motherhood?
What inspired me to create Glory Roads to Motherhood was recognizing the struggles that I had faced in various times of my life as being a mother. My journey started as a single mom. I was one of those that said, "Oh, it could never be me." And I was humbled to be put in that position where I became a single mom, and I went through different things. And then I became a married mom. And I went from having 2 children to then having 9 children, 3 babies within 4 years. And as I navigated through those various trials and tribulations and spent a lot of time having to pick myself up and walk with God, I recognized that, you know what, there's probably other women out here who are facing the same things, the same adversity that I'm facing. And if I'm crying out for help and I'm not getting the help that I truly need or the complete amount of support, then I need to be the support. And so as God started to clean me up and work through these things that I was going through in my life, from being a single mom and being a married mom and navigating those things, then I just started to take notes. I have a notebook right here of different ideas, different things that I've gone through. And I wrote down a name next to these people, or next to these different topics of people that I want to align with within my community, so that I can be that bridge. I can be that support for other mothers that are going through the same struggles on their own individual walk of life.
Oh, I love that. Okay. And I have to ask this. The name, Glory Rhodes, is
Yes.
so meaningful. Can you tell us what it represents and how it connects to your mission?
So Glory is my daughter. She is my daughter, and she's the reason why I am a mom. And when I became pregnant with her, I had prayers that I printed out all over my house, my car, at work, and I would pray. And I was trying to come up with a meaningful name for this beautiful daughter that I was birthing. And the end of the prayer said, I want to give glory to God. And I just thought, this is the name. This is the name for my daughter, Glory. And Rhodes, Glory Rhodes is her name, but Rhodes being a play on the roads in which many mothers walk through. And God will communicate with me visually in the sky. So one day I saw a cross with a heart to represent the two. And that means God's anchoring love. And so I thought, what better way to pay homage to God for this gift of motherhood, this journey that I've been on, and the journey that so many mothers are on, and have a company, have a nonprofit that caters to helping mothers along their individual journey and introducing them to Jesus Christ.
Now, faith seems to be a big part of your vision.
Yes.
How has your faith guided you in building this nonprofit and helping mothers?
My faith has been a tremendous anchoring of this. In fact, I'll just tell you a backstory. In 2020, I got on a plane with 2 little girls, 16 suitcases, and $20,000. I left my hometown of Seattle, Washington. I ended a 10-year relationship, and God told me that if I took that leap of faith, that he would help me grow my wings on the way down. And so as I got on that plane with that $20,000 right in the middle of COVID, he then started to continue walking with me, continuing on that road. I met my husband June 12th of 2020. We got married June 12th of 2021. And then I became a mom of 8. And so my faith has been tried. It's been tested. We went through chemo last year with one of our children. We've had job loss. We're actually in a season of lack right now. But my faith in God is so strong because I have a testimony of where he has taken me from, of the times that I cried out and he heard me and he answered me. And that's why I know that if I could get through the seasons in which I've gotten through with 9 children, with dealing with 5 other mothers, with having job loss and car issues in various seasons, if I can get through all that, then I know that I can introduce other mothers to God, and he can surely help them with their individual walk, just as he's done with me. And he will send me to help them and partner with them along their road.
So you just said that you talk about supporting mothers, not just emotionally, but with tangible resources and tools. Can you give us an example of what kind of help Glory Rhodes motherhood provides?
Right now, I have boxes of clothes and baby items, bibs, just different things, men's clothes, women's clothes, children's shoes, backpacks, school supplies. I operate like a mom hub, and my friends and peers know my heart, and they know my passion, and they know my desire to really give things to other mothers where they can't necessarily afford it themselves. So I have the resources. I have other friends within the community that have said, Kristina, whatever it is you need to leverage us to support other mothers, we are willing to help partner with you. So that's some of the resources that we can offer. And I'm hoping to get funding so that I can do more, because I know if I can take some of that load off of the mothers and supply some of the resources within their homes, that will take some of the pressure off so that they can show up better, not just for themselves, but for their children, for their companies that they work for their partners.
That's incredible. I'm telling you things that you're doing. What would you say are some of the biggest challenges that mothers face today, and how does your organization help them overcome those obstacles?
Right now, I think the biggest challenge that mothers face is the disproportionate load. Right? We know that right now there's a statistic that just came out that said that 1 out of 4 homes have a father that's present. 1 out of 4 homes. And so right there, that shows that load with the absence of fathers means that someone who's present in the home is going to have to pick up the slack. And so we have women that are playing multiple roles. And even if they're married, there's still a disproportionate load, because we know that children come to mommy for different things that they don't necessarily go to daddy for. They behave differently. Moms are usually in charge of the schedules, the appointments, and various things. And I know your testimony is a little bit different, but as a whole, we do see that statistics and research show us that there are more single moms. There are more mothers that feel this mom guilt, this mom burden, this mom load that is not really supported. And so what my organization hopes to do is to provide small workshops and partnering with other mental health professionals to help guide those moms on that emotional stress so that they can show up better in accompanying of the tangible resources.
Okay, let's skip and let's talk about community and connections.
Okay.
I know that San Antonio community is full of love and people who wants to help. How can our listeners get involved and support Glory Rhodes Motherhood?
So I have started a Facebook page. I have started some social media pages, and I have an email, and I will share that information with you, so you can definitely share that with your listeners. Right now, I'm operating as a team of one. I'm a team of one, and I don't know what I don't know. And I'm not ashamed to raise my hand and say, hey, I need some support myself to make this a full-fledged thing so that I can really pour out. So if there are people that know and have the connections to help me to make this a legitimate nonprofit, so I'm not doing everything out of my pocket. If there are people that also want to donate some resources so that I can give those out, I want to give everything for free to these mothers. That is my goal. I believe that they've paid enough of a price. There's a lot of sacrifices that go into being a mother, and it's just from the birthing process alone. And so as much as I can, I want to connect with people that have the knowledge that I do not have the resources that I do not have, or the connections, or just want to plant a seed of investment in me so that I can do the work, because I have no problem going out there and finding the mothers and finding the women, but I need the support to be able to keep that flowing and growing.
Okay. Do you have any upcoming events or projects that people should keep an eye out for?
Yes. So I would like to do a Friendsgiving event. And that I'm trying to reach out to some local community centers, because again, I want to have a space to be able to do this for free. And I have connected with some friends in the community. I've asked each of them to offer anywhere from $10 to $100 of their service or whatever they sell to be able to raffle to mothers. I wanted to have games and fellowship. There will also be a space for children. This is, of course, in my vision. So I'm looking to do that, and I will do that. I will be doing a giveaway in November from someplace, and it's going to be a blessing to all the mothers that show up. It's going to be a chance for them to just come, be seen, be loved on, walk away with something, and know at the very least there's someone out there that wants to help take the load off in some small way.
Wow. Kristina, on a personal note, what keeps you motivated when times get tough?
Knowing that I'm a part of these children's lives, and this isn't all of them. This is just 7 of the 9. But knowing that I get to give them a childhood that they can healthfully launch from, instead of one that they're going to have to heal from. I want to be able to show my children what perseverance looks like, what hope looks like, what giving back looks like, what making the most of your time looks like. And so when I'm in a season of lack, like I said, right now, I'm in a season of lack myself, but I go to my word every single day. I look at what I already have. I'm living right now in answered prayers. I just told you, I got on a plane with $20,000 and nowhere to go. And I am now in a 4-bedroom house. That is only because of God. He gets me up every single day. And when I feel less than, when I feel like I'm not enough, I get to listen to the joy of my children. I get to look and see the blessing. And I get to know that it's because he was with me and I didn't give up. I didn't give up, and I could have. And so if I didn't give up, there's a reason for that, because he showed me something. And he shows me every day that there's a reason why I'm still here. And that keeps me going, because I lost someone that I loved to suicide. I don't want to see another mother go through that. I don't want to see another person go through that. So that keeps me motivated. That keeps me going. That makes me want to try and show up, because I know that I might be a person that could just speak a word and change someone's life that day. And kindness is the freest gift that we can give to someone. Ooh. And that's what I'm just trying to offer. But again, I have this big heart and this big vision. I'm going to help 1 million mothers. 1 million mothers I'm going to help. But I need some help right now so I can get to that number. But it's going to happen.
Okay. Now, you wear that message, you are enough, proudly. Yes. What does that phrase mean to you, and why is it so important for mothers to hear it?
This phrase...
You didn't?
Made me feel like I wasn't enough. I did not. In fact, I'll tell you a little backstory. When I found out I was pregnant with my first child, I went to my mother and I said, I'm pregnant. I was 28 years old and I was so excited. And she told me, you're not going to be a good mother. You shouldn't even have children. You should only raise pets, because you can't even protect yourself. Because at that time I was in a DV situation. And that stung with me. And for so many years, that interior voice would tell me, you're not enough. You can't even do the right things. Look at you. You can't protect this baby. You can't protect yourself. Who wants to hear what you have to say? But God kept showing me, no, you are enough. Look at what I've given you. I trust you with 9 children. I trust you to see people and not judge them, but see them and to give them grace and mercy, because you know what it feels like to have people judging you, or have people think that you're so capable, you're so qualified, you signed up for this, you know what you're getting into, and you're still sitting there saying, hey, but I don't feel that way. Hey, I'm lacking. I need support. So I need every mother to get it in her mind. No, you are enough. You are enough. Read what God says about you. Read Psalms 46:5. Read your word, because you are enough. If he trusted those babies with you, then he sees something in you to make sure that those babies get to where they need to be. You are enough. But you might need some help. So raise your hand, because there are people that will help you.
Mm-hmm. Amen to that. You know, I'm not going to ask any more questions, because we need to just have a little rap session going on right here on the things that you have going on, the things that you have seen and everything. I ask this question sometimes with people, but I'm going to ask you this question. Tell us one thing that nobody knows about you.
Well, if I tell you now, you know. Now everybody...
Well, just one thing, because I know you got 1 million of them. Just one.
Extra. So I can use my left hand and my right hand pretty fully.
Oh, you went there, didn't you? You went there. Left, right. Next question.
Yeah. Now the left, what's in the right? Did you pick that up?
Yeah, I picked that up. You think you slick. You're the first one. You're the first one to answer that question like that. I tell you that right now.
So you gotta get ready so you don't have to get ready.
Okay, I'm gonna let you slide on that one. So, with all the things that you are doing, and everything that's going on in your world and in your life, and you volunteer a lot for everything. So, give us a day when Kristina wakes up in the morning before she go to bed at night. What did this consist of? Because we know every day is a new adventure.
Yeah.
So what? I'm not gonna say typical, because you don't have a typical day.
I don't. I try to operate off of some structure, especially with having 4 children in the home full time. Structure is where children thrive, as well as adults too. So right now, because I'm not working, I am serving with a purpose, volunteering. But every day I get up, I make sure that I'm intentional with my children. every single morning, they get a hug, they get a kiss, they get affirmed, they get told that they're special, they're important, they're beautiful, they're handsome, they're valuable, be a good leader. That's first. Then I'm in my word, I put on my praise and worship. And since I'm expecting something big, I got to take care of what God has already given me. So I'm cleaning my house, I'm organizing some things, I'm checking things. I go to the gym, get my mind right. Then I'm off to serve, and then I'm putting in applications, prepping. I'm writing down any visions that have come to me, and I'm making calls to also see how I can leverage myself to help other people. Because one of my favorite motivational speakers said that you should always give before you ask. So that's what I'm trying to do right now, is to just give my time consciously, so that the needs can be met and also the vision can be executed.
So when you volunteer, because I do a lot of it myself, I see things that I thought I knew it existed, but I'm actually seeing it, and I'm saying, wow, this is something else. I can't believe this. I see some things that shocks me and surprised me that this exists out here. When you go out there, you see people that are hungry, you see people that are homeless. You see that, and when you sit down and talk to them, some of them had no choice, and they wish they had a chance. And you know, I talked to this one gentleman. He said, "I've been homeless for over 15 years." I said, "So what would happen if you got back into the mainstream again and doing it?" He said, "Brother, I wouldn't want to do it the way things going on out there. I feel safer out here where I'm at than that people are going through right now, because y'all going through a bunch of stuff." And I started thinking about that. He's satisfied where he is, but yet he's afraid to come back to the real world. That I told him, he said, hey, Ron, the real world is scary.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he said, and that stuck with me right there when he said that. He'd rather be where he's at right now than come back to the real world.
Because he's hidden. He's hidden. And in the real world, sometimes, I mean, there's this idea of being seen, but even when you don't aspire to be seen, everybody's got their phone out there.
Okay, I'm saying she froze on us. She'll be back.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I said you froze on. I said she'll be back.
Yeah. But no, you know, I think for many people, the idea of being hidden, not being judged, it's an easier construct, because you never know, somebody could pull their phone out and take a picture of you. And I mean, as a Seattle native, I personally don't judge the homeless people, because I grew up there and I've seen what it's turned into. I just visited a few weeks ago and I've seen what it's turned into there. And everybody is one paycheck away from homelessness, if you really think about it, the times in which we live in. And so none of us can be judgmental of others, but yet we live in a society, we live in a world where it's so easy to judge. And so I can understand from that homeless person's perspective of like, hey, I'd rather be out here because his needs are still supplied. You know, but it's hard. It would be hard.
Yeah, it will be, especially with the government shutdown and they stop snaps. You know, like people are just so close to being out there in the streets, and they're in panic mode right now.
Right.
I'm gonna say that everybody, a little bit of everybody in the United States is in panic mode. What was once secure is not secure anymore.
No. And this is the time where more people need to rise up to the challenge and call of action, and really start being about community, really start ensuring that we're taking care of our community. There's so many families that are impacted by these government shutdowns, by potential for even medical benefits. That's a huge scare. We have enough resources in this country to ensure that people are fed. We have enough resources to do that. Even if the government shuts down, even if we have enough, a person that raises their hand and says, hey, I have extra. I have some, I know my family and I consciously will, if I have we get SNAP benefits right now. If I have some WIC benefits left over, I will redeem those. I will post those in the Buy Nothing group, because otherwise I know I'm not going to I don't need those. Somebody else can benefit. All of us have something in our homes right now, in our closets right now, in our pantries right now, that we could all put a box of items and say, hey, this is free to anybody who needs it.
Yeah.
And us should be raising our hands and not being too prideful. Because if we need help, then we should ask for it. And if somebody is asking for help, they shouldn't be judged for it either.
Exactly. I agree with you on that one right there. Now, you just said something that if you have anything left over, you get it and you give it to who?
I'll
What?
post Buy Nothing group.
Yes, that's all I know. Buy Nothing Group. Yes, let us know about that.
So the Buy Nothing group is a great it's a great Facebook page, and it's actually in across the country. You can just search by your city, so Buy Nothing San Antonio, and you can join. And it's a great place where the concept is kind of like one person's trash is another's treasure, but you can gift items that you no longer need, baby items, gently used, household appliances. You can also request items like, hey, I need diapers. Hey, does anybody have uh plants, or whatever the need is.
Mm-hmm.
So I constantly will use that space to do purges of baby items. I also look for the moms that, post anonymously, because I recognize it can be hard to raise your hand on a social media platform and everybody sees your name, and then there may be some judgment, or if your peers see
Yes.
you. And so when I see a mom that's posting anonymously, she might say, hey, I need a few things. And I show up with a caravan of items, because I want her to know that it takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot
Yeah.
of courage to ask for help, especially in this society where everybody's showing the highlight reels of what's going great in their life. And, you know, that's fine. It takes courage, though, to ask for help. And I don't want anybody to get discouraged for asking for help if I have it to give.
Okay. On the closing note, please tell everybody how they can get a hold of you and your nonprofit.
So you can email me at Glory Rhodes to Motherhood. And so that's GLORY Rhodes, RHODES, to TO Motherhood at gmail.com. I also have my Facebook page, which is Kristina Elise, and also the Glory Rhodes to Motherhood Facebook page. I'll be sharing more about my testimony, events that I'm trying to do, and then I'm open to anyone in the community that would like to partner with me and really offering some support to mothers, because mothers are the ones that, we birth the babies, we show up to work, we make sure that we're raising the next generation, and I want to ensure that no mother is left behind.
Okay, this was a beautiful message and a powerful reminder for all our listeners. You are enough. We thank you, Kristina, for joining us today and sharing your heart behind Glory Road Motherhood. And would like to stay connected with you, and anything you have coming up, please reach out to the station if we can help you out any type of way that you need, whether we putting things out there to everybody know what's going on, and we're there for you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I appreciate you.
All right, you take care. We'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye.
Recording stopped.
All right, everybody, that was Kristina Rhodes right there. And boy, I like that. A lot of things going on today. All right, this is DJ Ron G. Signing off for today. We'll catch everybody bright and early on tomorrow morning. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. on the Ron G Morning Show. And don't forget, tomorrow, it is Queen Day, Black Women Music. That's what we got going on right here. Until then, y'all take care. Peace and chicken grease. I'm out.